Then we'll move on to public hearings. First one, item A, 101 Balboa. It's a request for a use permit to allow an addition which increases the floor area of an existing home by greater than 50%. And staff report, please.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
The application, as mentioned, is for a use permit for an expansion of greater than 50% at 101 Balboa Way. The project does meet all other development standards of the R1 zoning district. The site is located on a cul-de-sac at the southern city limits. It has an irregular shape. Everything sound okay for everybody out there? Okay, great. The site has an irregular shape and a lot size area of 5,587 square feet. The applicant is proposing a 2-story addition to the existing 1-story home. Specifically, the first floor addition would be to the right side of the existing home and towards the rear. You can see on your plans that the site on the cul-de-sac has angled property lines, and the applicant has designed the garage to follow that angled property line for a section of the garage to maximize the storage area there in the garage. The second floor would be located on top of the first floor addition, so to the far right rear corner of the house. As proposed, the first floor would have 1,403 square feet of living area. The second floor would have 418 square feet of living area, and they also propose quite a large 1-car garage. So the total square footage would be 2,220 square feet, which is a 0.41 FAR. So as you know, that is well below the threshold of 0.55 FAR. Staff is supportive of the design of the house and find that it is consistent with the residential design guidelines. Specifically, the second floor is set back to the rear and is integrated into the roof lines below. This helps to reduce the mass of the house. Additionally, the exterior materials are carried throughout the home. So the existing materials that are on the house today, the siding and the window trim and the sills, are proposed to remain and be added to the addition as well. Staff has also worked with the applicant to add some architectural details to the house. Right now it has a relatively simple architectural style, and they would like to add a few things to add some kind of visual appeal. So we've worked with them in a manner to be consistent with the house and add some additional architectural interest. The project was reviewed at the May 16th Architectural Review Committee meeting. At that time, the committee forwarded the project with a positive recommendation and very minor comments. Those comments have been implemented. They included a landscaping plan showing the laundry and also including the summary of green building measures. So those items are in the plans that you have before you tonight. Staff sent a courtesy notice to immediate neighbors on May 7th, and the required legal notice was sent on June 7th. We did receive one email requesting the full set of plans be sent via PDF, which we did send. The neighbor did not express any specific concerns to staff as follow-up to that email. So staff would recommend approval of the project based on findings of fact 1 through 7 and subject to conditions of approval 1 through 24. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you. Any questions for staff? Okay. Is the applicant here? Would you like to speak on your project? You can step to the podium and give us your name and tell us a little about your project if you like.
Great. So I purchased the house in June of 2003. Had it now for about 10 years. As time has evolved, my family's evolved, and probably going to get bigger at some point. So the option was to look into adding on to the existing home, and that's what I'm going to do.
Very good.
I think I've worked with all my neighbors in the cul-de-sac to talk about the design, which they are for. And at this point, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Just for the record, would you state your name, please?
Steve Sanchez.
Thank you. Any questions for the applicant?
Through the chair.
Commissioner.
Just one question.
Yes.
And that was, it's still a 1-car garage. It's a large 1-car garage.
Correct.
Was there any discussion or thought about expanding it to a 2-car garage?
There was, and basically, I just need a bunch of storage, with strollers and car seats and, with the laundry room being in there, I definitely want a table to fold clothes and whatnot. So just looking for a bigger garage.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Okay. Is there anyone from the public who would like to speak on this issue? Anyone? No. Okay, so we'll close public comment. Back to the commission for comment or vote. Motion or vote.
If there's no discussion, I'd recommend the planning commission approve the use permit 13-007 based on findings of fact 1 through 7 and conditions of approval 1 through 24.
Is there a second?
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. There's a 10-day appeal period.